Hello, hi, namaskar to all the students of CA Foundation. My dear students, we are in the last session of this inventory chapter, wherein I'm going to cover a few problems on FIFO method, LIFO method, and weighted average method. For time being, just you listen. Under FIFO method, what happens? The materials which are purchased first are issued first to the department. Under LIFO method, the materials purchased last are given first to the production centers. That is the only thing you need to remember. Okay, fine. See what happens here. This is a question from CA Foundation Study Material Illustration 7, my dear students. There are some opening stock purchases issued for consumption, purchase issued for consumption, issued for consumption. Find out the value of inventory on March 2022 under the following method. What method? FIFO and LIFO method. Fine. Let us write the heading under FIFO method. What method it is? Under FIFO method. How to prepare the format? See here we used to have a balance. What it is? Balance. 3 columns. One is units. What it is called? Units. Rate, amount. Similarly, my dear students, we need to have a issues. Units, rate, amount. Here we will be having a receipt. What it is? A receipt. Same units, rate, amount. Here a date column, here a particulars column. This is all about a format for stock ledger, stores ledger it is called. See what happens in the transaction. All of you be careful, my dear students. See, listen what happened here. See here. On January 21, there is a opening stock 180 units at the rate of 20 per unit. On what date? January 1st. On January 1st. What it is? Opening stock. Dash in the receipt column, dash in the issues column. This is your receipt side, this is your issue side, and that is your balance. How many units are there in stock? 180, 20 per unit. You write 180, 20 per unit. 180 into 20. Use a calci and work out. It comes to 3600. This is the first transaction, my dear student. It is on 1st January. Fine. What happened for a next transaction? See your material. On January 1st again there is a purchases 100 units 30 per unit. When? January 1st. What you did on January 1st? On January 1st again we have purchased. How many units? 100 units. At the rate of 30, it comes to 3000. Whenever you purchase is nothing but a receipt. You put a dash in the issues column, move on to the balance. Earlier you have a 180, 20 rupees, 3600. This is your first lot. Secondly, you purchased 100 units, a lot size, 30 rupees is the rate, it comes to 3000. Now my dear children, you close it off. Let us move on to the next date. What happened? The next date is 15th January. You have issued for consumption how many units? 150 units. Now you are following which method, my dear student? Now we are following the FIFO method. FIFO method means issues are to be made from the top. How many units we have to issue? 150 units. See, my dear children, when you make the issue, in your first lot, how many units are there? 180 units are there. How many units are there? Please remember, how many units? 180. How many units are needed for issue? 150 units. Is it possible to make all the 150 out of 180 units? Yes. It is on what date? On 15th January. Issued. How many units? 150. I issue all 150 units out of 20 rupees lot, it comes to 3000. देखिए ना अब आउट ऑफ 180 आपने कितना यूनिट्स दिए 150 यूनिट्स दिए then how much is left out another 30 is left out वो 30 यूनिट्स लिखना रेट तो 20 वैसा ही रहता 30 into 20 बोले तो 600 होता डिड यू अंडरस्टूड व्हाट आई टोल्ड आउट ऑफ 180 150 आपने दिए how much is left out 30 is left out rate of 20 remain the same it comes to 600 rupees second lot you have 100 same 30 rupees it comes to 3000 now we have to close finish हुआ बाद में क्या हुआ देखिए ना उधर on 2nd February you purchased 200 units 40 ఎప్పుడు 2nd February mean 1st February I think it is not 2nd February 1st February purchased how many units you purchased 200 units 40 rupees 8000 put dash in issues column how many units are there 30 units 20 rupees 600 100 units 30 rupees 3000 ये तो न्यू परचेज है ना कितना परचेज किए आप 200 यूनिट्स और 200 40 rupees 8000 40 rupees 8000 now how many units are left out this is your one lot this is your first lot right second lot and this one is your third lot now you close it off what happened in the next transaction my dear children on 15th February issued how many units 130 15th February issued kiye how many units you are issuing 130 let me write 130 on the top how many units 130 you have to issue see in the first lot how many units are there 30 you give all the 30 बाद में कितना देना 100 देना so 30 20 rupees 600 100 a lot rate 30 3000 now my dear children you see you issued 130 30 units in the first bag 100 from the second lot your issues is completed 30 में 30 गया dash 100 में 100 गया dash what is left out 200 200 40 rupees 8000 that completes your 15th February transaction let me move on to the next transaction my dear children it is on 20th February issued 100 units when 20th February what you issued 100 units how many bag is there only one bag 200 hai उसमें कितना देना 100 at the rate of what 40 4000 हुआ right out of 200 see my dear children out of 200 100 गया तो left out is what 100 40 rupees 4000 this completes your whole problem under FIFO now we have to write closing stock is 100 units at the rate of 40 it comes to rupees 4000 this is how we have to solve the problem under which method my dear children FIFO method now let us move on to the next method that is which one LIFO method same format here balance receipt issues date okay each one will be 3 columns this is your receipt this is your issues and balance units rate amount units rate amount units, rate, amount. This is all about your particulars and this is a date column. Shall we move on to solution? Under which method? LIFO method. See, we have to follow the LIFO method for a same question. See what happened. On 1st January, opening stock 180 units, 20 per unit. When it is same on 1st January. Shall we write? On 1st January, there is a opening stock. How many units opening stock? 180 units, 20 per unit. 180, 20, 3600. Better I close completely. Okay, now we are following LIFO method, right? LIFO method means last in, first out. नीचे से देना पड़ता. On next date, my dear children, what you did? On 1st January, purchased 100 units, 30 per unit. Again on 1st January, what you did? Purchased 100, 30 per unit, it comes to 3000. 180, 200, 3600. Purchased 100, 30 rupees, 3000. That completes the second transaction. See the what happened in the next transaction. 15th January issued for consumption, issue kiye 150 units. On what date? 15th January you issued. How many units are issued? 150 units. I mentioned that 150 on the top. You are into which method? Now we are in LIFO method. LIFO method means we have to make the issue from the last lot. See, in the last lot there is a 100. ये तो 100 देना पड़ता. Out of 150 आपने 100 दिए. How much is left out? 30. We have to give 30 from 180 units. Means, my dear children, you give 100, 30 rupees, 3000. Sir, why you are giving the units from the last lot? Why you gave the units for the earlier case from the first lot? Please, my dear children, remember this is the technical difference between a FIFO and LIFO. Under FIFO method, when the issues are made, issues are to be made out of the first lot. But in the LIFO method, issues are to be made from the last lot. 100 देना पड़ता. फिर कितना देना? Out of 150 आपने 100 दिए. अगेन आप 50 देना पड़ता है ना. वो 50 किधर से देना? You give the 50 out of 180. Means 50 उसका लॉट रेट 20 रुपया. 50 into 20 रुपया बोले तो कितना होता? अब I think it comes to how much? Use a calcium workout, my dear children. It is a 50 into 20. It comes to 1000 rupees. Right? Then what is left out? Out of 180, आपने 50 units दिए. Left out is what? 130, 20 rupees, 2600. ये तो 100 units गया है ना. ये तो 100 units fully गया है ना. और डैश डालना पड़ता. Now what happened in the next transaction? See, on 2nd February, there is a purchases of 200 units, 40. When? 1st February. Purchased. How many units you purchased? 240. Means 8000. Dash in the issues column. So, पीछे कौन सा है? 130 है, 20 rupees, 2600. अब आपने कितना परचेज किए? 200 परचेज किए एट द रेट ऑफ 40 रुपीज. इसका वैल्यू 8000 हुआ. फाइन माय डियर चिल्ड्रन, नाउ यू कंप्लीटेड 1st February. आफ्टर 1st February क्या है? 15 February इश्यू किए 130 यूनिट्स. when you issued on 15 February. क्या किए आपने? इश्यूड किए. How many units you issued? 130. 130 इधर लिखना पड़ता. ओके फाइन. सी लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट है ना. लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट बोले तो कितना है इधर 200 है. 200 में आप कितना देना पड़ता 130 देना. सो 200 में 130 आराम से देना होता है ना. सो यू गिव 130 at the rate of 40. So use a calci and work out 130 into 40. It comes to rupees 5200. ये तो 200 किधर से दिए 200 से 130 दिए आप राइट. 130 वैसा ही रहता पहला लॉट. ये लॉट है ना 130 वैसा ही रहता. आउट ऑफ 200 130 दिए कितना हुआ अब बैलेंस 70 at the rate of 40. 70 into 40 अब कितना होता 2800. This completes on 15th February. See what next. Again on 20th February issue किए 100 units. When 20th February issue. How many units issue किए आपने 100 units. इधर लिखना पड़ता 100. किधर से देते 100 LIFO. LIFO बोले तो out of 70 you give full 70. 40 2800. Still how many units are needed? Out of 100 आपने 70 दिए और still 30 देना पड़ता at the rate of 20. 600 हुआ. अब देखिए ना 130 में आप 30 दिए. How much is left out? 100 20 2000. ये तो 70 full दिए आपने. So cancel हो जाता वो. That completes your problem. Now my dear children we have to write. What we have to write? We have to write the closing stock. We have to write the closing stock. How many units? 100 units, 20 rupees each. It comes to 2000. Complete हुआ? This is called my dear children FIFO and LIFO. FIFO means you are making the issue from the first lot. From the top to bottom you are giving. But under LIFO means you are giving the material from bottom to top. Okay. Please make a note of this. You may get this type of question for 5 marks in your main CA exams. Okay. Still I take one more class. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye my dear children.